I haven't seen anything like it either, Richard, and I've been in this business for a really long period of time. So the ore body is the size of Manhattan. If you go down the shaft, it is a mile or 1.3 kilometers deep. There are 200 kilometers of roadway underground.
And the number of people that you have here is staggering. But also, interestingly, that they are locals. You haven't imported a workforce.
This mine was built with a largely Mongolian workforce, so 97% Mongolian. We only employ expats if the expats bring a very specific or niche skill set that we can't source locally. And over time, we've been ramping up the number of Mongolians in roles. We're actually losing them at the moment because they're becoming incredible mining professionals, so they're going to all sorts of mining operations across the globe.
You're mining ore for copper, primarily, more than the gold or the silver that might be in there. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. We're mining copper. There's gold and silver associated with it, but this is a copper business.
And copper is much in demand at the moment. Why?
Because we're trying to electrify the world. So copper is in demand at the moment, but will be even more in demand over the next decade. So for us to build the electric vehicles, that takes about 100 kilograms of copper. A wind turbine is about 1.2 tons of copper.
Now, I thought all this copper was going into the batteries, but, you know, and then that we needed them for EV batteries. But you're putting me right on that.
Yes, we need it for the wiring in the electric vehicles. It's needed within the wind turbines as well. So the batteries largely need lithium.
It's all a bit old-fashioned in a sense. I mean, you know, wasn't that the same with the old telephone? The last mile was always the copper line.
Exactly.
From the GPO, from the post office.
Well, look, on the periodic table, it's a great conductor, was and always will be.
Now, China takes all your output. China also provides all your power. Is that a dangerous position for the mine and for Rio Tinto, which is the majority owner of the mine?
Well, let's put it in context. All our copper does go to China. Copper concentrate goes to China. But we make about 2% of the Chinese market. So it's not the biggest percentage of the Chinese market, and that will steadily increase as we produce more copper. The trick is in beneficiating. So looking at, can we add value to the copper we produce? So Rio Tinto, the government of Mongolia, is actively talking about beneficiation or industrialization, as it's referred to within Mongolia, and looking at value-adding products, whether that's cathode or potentially even other minerals beyond the copper that is currently produced by Oyu Tolgoi.
But you wouldn't look at smelting the stuff yourself in the short term?
Well, that needs to be determined. I think the business case needs to be really carefully evaluated, and whether Oyu Tolgoi is best placed to do it.
The economic relationship between Rio Tinto and the government of Mongolia in the past has been difficult. Let's be diplomatic about it. But the agreement to forgive the debt and the agreement on taxes, has it changed the environment?
I believe it has. I've only been in this role for 16 months, but I have been working very actively with Oyu Tolgoi for 6 years, and I have seen how the relationship has matured. I've seen how trust has been built. I've seen how we have improved transparency from both sides. So I do think there's definitely been an improvement in the relationship. So I think, like with any relationship, it's never just a walk in the park. It takes effort, it takes dedication. And I think in partnership, we have proven that we can do more together than separately.
Do you worry sometimes that, these are my words, not yours, the controversial nature of mining becomes a political football in Mongolia, and you are the biggest football to be kicked?
Well, look, it's a fact that Oyu Tolgoi represents the most foreign direct investment in the country. But I think with that comes a lot of advantages, not just for our shareholders, which is both Rio Tinto and the government of Mongolia. So I think that in itself presents a win-win situation for both parties that I do think can circumvent the use of Oyu Tolgoi as a political football, and both parties working together to do what is best for the business, because if that's done, the benefits will come to the country.
The environmentalists say this is all very nice, and the move to energy transition is good. It's not going fast enough. But do we really need these vast mines? You consume huge amounts of energy. You produce large amounts of waste. Is it worth it?
So we know that without copper, we can't electrify the world. And when I look at Oyu Tolgoi and what you experienced today going underground, the footprint of the underground block cave is very, very small compared to surface operations. I think also what we've seen in being first quartile in terms of our water performance, and I'm not saying that's good enough, but it's a pretty decent start. So I do think it's always a balancing act. We're always looking to find better ways to manage the footprint.
When you go down the mine, do you still enjoy it?
I love it. I love it. I get my energy from coming to site, not just going down the mine, but speaking to the frontline men and women that drive this business.